Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon, Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And you know, I'm trying to regroup and do a bunch of videos right now to knock them out so I can get back to work. So, cause I ain't been putting no videos up for the past day or so, cause I've been trying to knock out and get to as many people natal chart readings as possible. So if I haven't got to your natal chart reading yet, don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm getting to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one person, but at the same time, I'm getting to as many people as I can. Now, for the most part right here, this is an astrological video right here. Now, I want to talk about the ascendant. I want to talk about the metaphysics behind the ascendant, the moon, and the sun, so we can understand how to separate these a little bit more effectively. Now, because you know, people understand they have a moon, a sun sign, and ascendant sign, but a lot of times they don't know how to separate it. They don't know when they're doing one or the other, because really these three things is your access into the frequency, vibration, and energy world. These is like your first orchestrated, engineered bodies into understanding that you have three bodies. So the physical form of it here will play out as the engineering process of you using your brain and your mind to decipher to the three realms. So once you know when you're doing one or the other, you would know how you're affecting others and the energy that you're giving off. Now, for the most part, also, when we talk about the ascendant and the sun and the moon, knowing how to set. Now, like I said, I usually make this analogy. It's like a car. So what kind of car it is will be, so what kind of car, the thing, how it was built, what it was made out of all the lights and forms and things of that nature and the shapes, I would say that's the actual sun. So how fast, how slow the car is, what kind of car it is it a truck, is it a van, whatever, is it a sports car? That's the sun. How the car look, the color of the car, the paint, how a person decorates the car, the appearance of it, the linen, the sheets, the car seats, the paint on the outside and things of that nature. This will be the ascendant. Now, the person who's driving will be the moon, because the moon actually, the moon is what pushes the sun and the ascendant and motivates them to do what it wants to do. So the moon is more who you are. So regardless of what kind of car it is, and regardless of how it look and how it's decorated, the person who's driving is going to be the one doing the stunts and the tricks. Is going to be the one that's driving fast or driving slow. So for an example, that's just like saying you might have a sports car. Let's say that's Aries, sun. So the kind of car it is a sports car. But let's say you may be a Cancer moon. So let's say you are a Taurus moon. So the driver of the sports car may like to drive slow, may like to drive that fast car slow. So this would be a person that you see as an Aries that's very aggressive but likes to take their time, and they look like they're highly capable, but the way they're utilizing that body that you see, the way they're utilizing what you consciously can see from them, their ideas, their viewpoints and their actions and the way they act, what you can see from them is things that make sense, reality, steady pace, slowness, taking your time. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you take practical precaution on what's actually going on. So you see what I'm saying? That's one way to look at it. But now we finna go into the frequency, vibration, energy, the spirit, then the soul, then the body, the idea, the conscious, the individual, and the line of events, the timeline, the individual experience of that timeline. So the movement, the motion, and emotion of it, the vibration of it, and the fluid of it, and then for it to move into a realm of reality, it has to use a physical form, which is the energy. What matters can become matter and become solid and can get willed in your realm of reality, your density. So for the most part, when we want to talk about, let's correlate it like this: the spirit will be more. Now I want to say this also, because this what everybody needs to understand. Everything you're correlating something to is like something. It's not that. So when you want to say, oh yeah, light is fire. No, light is like fire, but it's not fire. Oh, day is like, today was like yesterday. No, it's today, or that's already saying it, my bad. But let's say you're trying to say, nah, water is H2O. No, water is like hydrogen and oxygen coming together. And we know, and then we have to understand that these worlds is one world by itself, but when two worlds come together, it has the ability to create another world. This is not a type of party of a one world becoming another world. So you have to correlate that with spirit, with God, with soul, with everything. The only thing that becomes something is a soul, and a spirit becomes a soul, because a soul is an individual spirit. So a soul is still a spirit. It's just a spirit that has the ability to have an individual outlook on its travel amongst the other spirits. So it's not just going with the party or going with some type of regular outlook. It's having its own individual outlook of that. You see what I'm saying? So that's when something becomes a soul. That's your ability to vibrate. And that's your ability to become a source and to gain attraction, so you can travel in the yin realm and cause friction within other elements and other travels to create the source out of that, which becomes sound, which becomes light, which becomes density, and which becomes physical forms. And those are the energy realms that you can take bodies. You know what I'm saying? That friction that becomes the sound and the light, that becomes the gas, sound, light, whatever like that. It's purely the energy realm. So when I say your spirit is a shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas, right? Your spirit ain't gas. It's like the gases. You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean by that. Things are not what they are. Things are like something. This is where you get the concept of the chicken and the egg. What came first, the seed or the plant? You see what I'm saying? The plant, they're not one and the same. They have a common ancestor. This is why you can be like your grandparents, but you're not your grandparents. This is why you can be like Jesus, but you're not Jesus. If you are into religion, this is how you could be like a God, but you're not a God. This is how you could be like the overall, but you're not the overall. So we all came from the overall, but we are not all the overall, and we are not the overall becoming us. We are not a spirit becoming physical. We are a spirit utilizing the physical, because it took two spirits for you to even birth your individual soul. You had to correlate and relate to another spirit to even have an individual soul. Then your soul had to cause friction and have sex with another form of fluid in order for a physical form of sound and light and fluid to be created in the energy realm that y'all see. The frequency, vibration, and energy just for the energy realm. So when you want to correlate this is how you know everything came from something. So everything is a part of something. But that one thing didn't become all these things. You see what I'm saying? So that one thing is its thing. It's its own thing. And the things that's under it is a part of that thing. But that thing is not these things, and these things is not that thing. So this is why these things could become separate from these things, and it's not like this thing is becoming separate from itself. I'm talking spirit talk right now, y'all. Now look, now check this out. We're gonna get into how to correlate the sun, moon, and ascendant. Now the sun is going to be correlated towards the energy, the physical part of the world. So that's going to be the frequency, vibration, and the energy of the matter, because everything is frequency, vibration, energy. You see what I'm saying? And under that, this is where you get all y'all gas, solid, liquids, and all that crap. Now, for the most part, your sun sign is more correlated to and more related to and more like. It ain't the sun, but it's like the sun. So you have your own version of a sun. You have a way more less condensed light body. So you're not as light as that light body. So when we talk about light, we're correlating to weight and perception. So right now you're in a more heavy, condensed light form. So this can only emit or generate so much light off of it. You see what I'm saying? So how you know someone's aura or whatever like that is when they use their spirit to correlate and utilize their body. So everybody has a spirit, that and using their body, your spirit is more correlated to the darkness. It's unseen. So when people say, oh, you have a light in your body, the spirit is the light in your body. No, the body is the light. This is the light body. What you have is an unknown force, which is you utilizing this light, utilizing this sound, this light body. This light body isn't as light as the bodies you see up ahead of you, which is the planets and the stars. It's heavier condensed. So the shining aura is not going to be as illuminated. So it takes you more experiences and more actions and motivations in order for you to emit any kind of aura of light. And you have to use your spirit to do that. So depending on how high or how low or how far out there or how in-house your spirit is, aka whatever house or whatever your spirit is accumulating with, which is more correlated to your ascendant, that's going to let you know how someone is correlating their actions, how someone is using their body. So this is how someone can have a fucked up ass sun sign, but say they have a beautiful ass ascendant sign. So a person could be like, man, this person actions is fucked up. They acting, the way they act is crazy, but they got a good ass personality though, man. I could personally fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You see what I'm saying? So the sun sign is, your sun is correlated to the energy, the physical. So we have frequency, vibration, energy. So frequency will be the ascendant, because that's the area of life of the spirits that was engineering the lights and the sound in order for your body to get made up. So when you came down here through that sound, through that sunlight, and got filtered through them sun signs and those influences and those light bodies, right? What was engineering it was when we say what area of house the sun was in, and depending on every 2 hours, the house the sun was in was the idea that your sun sign is going to be acting upon. For an example, my sun was in the 9th house, so my actions is Aries. So my actions and my physical form and the light that you see from me is Aries. But the light my spirit that's pushing off the light that I want y'all to see is accumulated with information, and my spirit, aka ideas, thoughts, and consciousness and information, is accumulated in 9th house shit. So what y'all see from me as me being an Aries, aggressive and passionate, the passionate and aggressiveness things that y'all see when I'm emitting off this light, the information that y'all see me being aggressive and passionate is about is the 9th house shit. You see what I'm saying? 9th house shit, which is wisdom, knowledge. So that's where my spirit at. So my spirit is dealing with wisdom, knowledge, experience, higher meanings and reasonings to things and things of that nature. That's where my spirit is at, and it's getting filtered through what you can see from me, my actions. So you may see my spirit in a warrior-like way, in an Aries Mars-like way. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So my first house is in Leo, my sun is in the 9th house. So that's letting you know how you correlate. So the sun is still correlated to spirit. Spirit like to jump into bodies that it likes to use. You only gonna get what you deserve. You ain't gonna never get what you want or need, but you always gonna get what you deserve. And you always gonna get what you ask for. So you just need to know how you're asking. If you praying for $20, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna pray for more experiences that you need $20. If you fuck praying, because prayer don't exist without a predator. Prayer came from fear. Now if you sit there and assert and make affirmations and be like thank you, or boom, it feel good to have $20 and I know what I'm about to do with it, even if you don't have it, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get more than $20. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about the spirit and the energy that's getting filtered through your actions and the way you act. Now the moon is your soul. So the ascendant is correlated to your frequency, so your spirit, the ideas, your thoughts, right? Then the moon is going to be correlated to your vibration, your individual feelings on these thoughts and ideas that you are getting, and how much you resonate with them. Do you get emotionally took over by these thoughts, or do you have an emotional individuality to the point that no, you know yourself and know enough that you're getting attacked by outside spirits, or this is something that your own spirit resonate with? So now you're working with your individual spirit, your soul. This is the vibration right here. So this is more correlated and more related to your moon. Now it's not the moon, but it's like the moon. So you could correlate your moon sign to kind of attributes of how your soul is correlated. You see what I'm saying? So knowing where your moon is at and what house is in and what sign your moon is in could kind of correlate and kind of pinpoint a little bit of your soul characteristics, a little bit of point of your individuality. You see what I'm saying? So your moon correlates more of who you are and how you react and respond. Now, since you know that in this world you're constantly receiving first, I mean, since in this realm of reality, from the first day, the first second you was born out your mother, the first thing you did was you breathe in. So we know all things are receiving. You're receiving sunlight, you're receiving vision, you're receiving hearing, you know you're constantly receiving. So if the moon is correlated to your reactions and your response to the world you're in, and we know the moon is correlated to the vibrations, which the vibrations is correlated to experience, movement, emotions, motion, and fluid, and we know fluid is correlated to memory, and we know memory is correlated to a reinsuring of something, reliving something, then that word is correlated to your soul. So we know the moon correlates to your soul and something you can reinnervate and react and respond and be responsible, and things you're responsible for. So it's things that you're manifesting. So this is the moon right here. You see what I'm saying? It's correlated to all that, to your memory and your mind. And moon, the 4 letters and things, and the 4 letters is tapping you into the 4th dimension, and you have to use these 4 letters in order to understand the 4th dimensional world, so you can make your shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas, your smokeless flame, your spirit, your consciousness big enough to take a bigger vessel. So you're going to have to use your 4th dimensional accesses, which is your mind, your moon, your soul, these 4 letters. You see what I'm saying? So with this 4th dimensional, with those, they tap you into 4th dimensional information, understanding the rotations, the what's outside of you, why things are round, why we perceive them as round now, as spherical. You see what I'm saying? And something doing a spiral. And right brain. We know the left brain is logical and pointing to something. We know the right brain is round and not taking a shape and form. So once you understand that, you know what's male and female into this world, which that don't exist. Everything is expansion and contraction. But this is how you be able to correlate the difference between round earth, flat earth, conscious levels, where we going, right and left brain. Is it dealing with emotions and feelings, or is it dealing with straight logic and logical absolutes and things of that nature? And this is how you correlate everything. Now, this is the soul. This is who you are. This is why it's correlated to more of who you are. This is why the moon works as a Merkaba, a satellite. What satellites do? Transmit one information to the next information. So how you even travel here in the astral plane as a soul to even be attracted to this light was from this rotation's moon, from this overall being that we in, emotions and feelings, and the things that they was passionately into, that when they brought their frequency vibrations together, aka vibrate their spirit, be an individual, the better they know how to be their personal selves. When they cause friction with another realm of reality or another form of resistance, that forms another body, sound, light, and that light that they emit, you're able to embody that, use that as a vessel, and be able to receive or experience that realm of reality. And whatever information that realm of reality consists of, whether it's beauty, heaven, hell, whatever energetic force it consists of, that's what you're going to be able to experience through that physical vessel. Until that shit ran tear, all light, all stars and lights dissipate, whatever the words y'all call it, whatever like that, disintegrate or deteriorate, and get the fuck out of here and take a new shape and form. So once you, with your unseen spirit, utilizing that vessel, or that sound, that light body, once that cremate, or whatever the fuck y'all want to call these things that y'all call light bodies, and y'all try to correlate the spirit, which is not, you know what I'm saying? Once that get used up, your spirit ain't gonna get used up with it. Your spirit gonna keep flying while that shit fall to the ground. Your spirit's still here, flying like, okay, what's next? New experience. Let me go find it. Let me go create another body. And let me go find another body that already been there, which aka is a bigger shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas, because 9 times out of 10 your spirit is going to be smaller than wherever you're traveling, because there are already beings that preceded you there. This is why y'all even got the concepts of God and Jesus and shit like that. These are just beings who was here before you, kings or queens who was here before you. Now in the astral realm, these was big spirits that was in that location and in that travel before you was there, so they was able to create a bigger body than you there. So as you traveling going in their body, you have to take and create different forms of vessels in their body, aka create a smaller body in their body, create a smaller spaceship in their spaceship. So because they are a bigger shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas, so they could take on bigger constellations than you, aka take on more bodies to perceive as it being one body. And you have to go take on many influences and lights and create smaller bodies within them, aka this is how you got a natal chart, a natal reading, a natal alignment, a natal of light influences, which creates your light body. And then you're able to experience that realm of reality within that body as a spirit and learn everything in each level within these bodies, each constellation in every solar system within this body, to the point that you have enough information to you could take on as many bodies as that big old body you in, and be birthed in that world, and to be perceived as a big ass body. See, it's a deep ass science, but people get it fucked up. People got a small understanding of that, but don't know how to carry it on, or don't know because they haven't lived there themselves. But me and my soul group, we are star beings. We were all these things. That's why we still remember, but we still got our subconscious records, our conscious records, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it with y'all language. Me and my soul group, we got that shit. We never lost ours. That's why we don't cling on to y'all shit, but we got understandings of it, and we are able to vibrate. And the moment somebody start kicking in logic words to us and shit like that to try to get us the understanding in that way, we like, nah, we know what this is. You see what I'm saying? We know what this is, and we vibrate. And we are powerful enough to come up with our own words of this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful we is. But yeah, we're gonna utilize they little punk ass shit just to get across right now, because we're always supposed to blend the right and left brain, but we're not gonna get taken over by the left brain, and we're not gonna be fully absorbed in the right brain. We're gonna make a completion with the right and left brain, so we can understand all these worlds that we in and sustain ourselves and not lose ourselves in one of them. Flight boss, bitch. So you know, the sun is still gonna be correlated. The spirit is still have a wire connected to the physical, but it's not the physical. This is why the sun sign is what formulated and engineered your body, your sun, what we constantly see from you. But your ascendant is still attached to this, because your spirit is in your body, same way your ascendant is correlated with your sun sign. But your ascendant is just where the Pacific area of where the sun was at, and where the sun was at, that's all the information that the sun was receiving, aka all the spirits that was engineering, working through sounds and lights to engineer the body that you are. But that was you up there engineering the body that you in right now to come into this realm of reality. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air. Ee-hee. So, you know, the sun, moon, and ascendant, this builds your character, your personality. And then Mercury and all the rest of these are your tools to help your character. Everybody have their own personal character to their personality. Everybody got their own characteristics to their personality. You may share a personality trait to someone else, but y'all characterize it different. So everybody personally got their own characterizing to their personality. And that's what you need to know that. And this is why. Because the sun is the spirit is the frequency, the soul is the vibration, and the energy is the sun sign. Your sun sign. You see what I'm saying? So the spirit is the ascendant, the moon is the soul, is the moon. I mean, hold on, what the fuck? What the fuck am I talking about? The spirit is the ascendant. The spirit is the ascendant, and that's correlated with frequency. The moon is the soul, and that's correlated with vibration.